What's going on, guys? Real quick short video here. I'm just going to be walking you guys through how to create a relocation franchise. I know Madden 21's new. Not many people actually know how to do this. As you can see, I have my relocation franchise as one of my saves. If you guys want to go see me play that, I have a playlist for it. But here, I'll show you guys what you need to do. So first off, you just create a league. I don't think it matters. However, I haven't actually tried out the other ones, but I do know that these two use active rosters work and use preseason roster work. So actually, the only one I don't know is this one, but I'm pretty sure it would work decently the same. So you just want to go to use active roster. Let it import. And another thing too is I'm not going to put any cuts in this video, just so you know this is raw footage, just so you know this is my first time trying this, although I know for a fact this works as I've used it in other times. I know if you guys watch my Madden stream, I had some trouble with it, but I figured it out and this is what I did to get it. So just let this roster import. I don't know why it's taking so long. Alright, and we're done. So now what you need to do, you just choose your favorite team. This has absolutely no effect. Pick Titans, are my favorite. Starting point, it doesn't matter. I believe you can go into preseason. However, I know that you should only start the process on the regular season. So if you want to play the you can't relocate in the first year anyways. So for some reason, if you want to play the first year with the old team, preseason, then do that, and then use this video once you hit the first week of regular season. So do that. Roll, you need to make sure you're an owner. It's the only way this will work. However, you can, at the end of this, you don't actually need to be an owner throughout the whole franchise, just for the beginning. So in my series, I talk about how if you're a coach, you get more text messages from your teammates, meaning they can get better development trade upgrades, which is really nice. Doesn't matter what coach you pick, or what owner you pick, sorry. League settings, league settings, they'll matter sometimes and sometimes they won't. I always do this though. So relocation settings, Madden has a way of saying that when your team's stadium is so bad, then you can relocate, but if it's like brand new, you can't relocate. But if you go into relocation settings and put it on everyone can relocate, that means even the best stadium in the game can relocate, which I normally just do that just so, because I like when other teams relocate too. But other than that, nothing else here really matters. Let's go and start the franchise. Just slowly sifting through this loading screen.
Start your week by installing your game.
Alright, so here we are. None of this stuff matters. What you're gonna want to do immediately is go into my owner, and this is the reason why you must be an owner for this to work. You're gonna want to go into stadium, and then if you like the location in your team, you can just rebuild your stadium to get a new stadium. However, you're all here most likely for the relocate to change your team and to change your location. Sadly, there's no way in Madden to customize your own. I mean, there's plenty. I think there's around 30 options. However, there's no way to make it completely your own. So we're gonna begin the relocating process. And the Titans stadium ratings are pretty bad, but if you put on that everyone can relocate setting, none of that matters. I could have all 99s in those categories, and I would still be able to relocate. So that's what we're going to want to do. It's going to take a lot of simming. We're going to sim into week 2.
Start your week
and by mid-season, you're going to get a message that shows up. However, you want to make sure you do it week by week. It's definitely a slower process. However, if you sim to mid-season, you have a chance of missing it. So we're just going to do it the slow way for now. And that's where I screwed up on my stream before, is I actually just simmed to mid-season, screwing it all up. But I believe we should be getting the message sometime around here soon. Here we go. Start relocation. So ours is on week 4. Yours should be either exactly on that date or around. I haven't really, or actually ours is on week 5, excuse me. Yours should be sometime around or even on the exact same date. I haven't tested that. However, I do know that it happens before week 8 or 9. So let's go ahead and start the relocation. First thing we want to do is pick cities. So one of the huge things I noticed is there are a ton of different cities. I haven't actually counted. I know there's other YouTubers making videos on all different cities and all different uniforms. However, some of the things you want to look out for is if you're going to go a hyper-realistic franchise where you play the owner and you try and make as much money as possible, fan interest, market size, and personality matter a lot. However, if you've seen my Madden series, you'll see that I'm kind of just doing it for the gameplay. So none of this really matters. Right now, for the gameplay, what you're going to want to do is look around at cities, and in the final sentence, I believe, of each description of the cities, it's going to give, most of the time it's 3 teams. I believe there's like 1 or 2 locations where there's only 2 teams. However, what you want to watch out for is, I believe there's a location where you actually, here we go, St. Louis. There may be more than just St. Louis, but right now St. Louis is the only one I know of where you actually can't pick a new football team. So if I relocate St. Louis right now, I won't be able to change my team. So just remember that. If all you're looking for is a new location, then go ahead and move to St. Louis. But if you want a new color or stuff like that, can't do that in St. Louis. So let's go ahead and just move on. Same thing in Oakland. No teams that you can change from. So let's just go ahead and do the base London. Got that done. And then what you need to do now is just sim another week. Also, you'll be asked media questions, and depending on the question you give, you will earn different amounts of XP. So if you're confident, you're like, we're gonna win a ton in this new location, then you're gonna get like a plus 5% to wins. However, you're gonna get a minus 7% to losses. So you wanna try and figure out like how good is your team. Do you trust that your team can win a lot of the times? So also, when you're doing this, you want to make sure you're signing players. I'm not doing it just because I'm just giving you guys an example. But if you want to do franchise, make sure you're signing players this season. So in London, we got a few teams. We got the Bulldogs, the Black Knights, and the Monarchs. So once again, if you're going for a hyper-realistic franchise, you pick the Monarchs because they have the highest interests. And I'm going to say that I think the Monarchs kind of look the best. Another thing you can do is stick with the Titans. So this is kind of like the same thing if you were to pick St. Louis or Oakland. Let's say you really like the team you just want a new location. That you can do in any location because you can just pick the same team. We're going to go with the Monarchs. It doesn't matter what team you pick. So then what you want to do again is you just want to sim. It requires a lot of simming this first season. I recommend too, if you guys are trying to do like a rebuild franchise, I would trade away a lot of players to get a bunch of draft picks. I just like doing that every time I start a new franchise, new players. Here we go, uniforms. So one of the things with uniforms I've learned is sometimes it's not worth the different combinations, it's worth what gives you the most colors. So this one is nice. We got blue, white, and yellow. But the pants are always going to be yellow, so if we can try and find a different option. Same thing, only thing that changes the shoulder, so I don't like that. We change it again, and this one's going to be better because, as you can see, we have 2 different pant options and 2 different shirt options, whereas the others we only have 2 different shirt options and 1 different pant option. So if you really like the blue and yellow color scheme, then feel free to just go with that. But I would recommend this jersey style if you want the most amount of colors and the most amount of diversity. So, final sim week. Go ahead on the week 7 or week 8. Once again, it'll most likely be different. So, here's another thing, stadiums. The stadiums, if you're going for a hyper-realistic one, I would do your best to get a deluxe because the way stadiums work is, like I showed you with my rating, that means that my stadium was like really bad. So if I get a deluxe stadium, it's going to take longer for those ratings to go down. If you're going to be a coach or a player, stadium ratings don't matter at all. So if you're a coach or a player, I would just recommend just getting one of these basic ones, whatever one you think's the coolest. Personally, I like the canopy. So that's going to be the stadium. So just to kind of show you guys, we're going to go sim to the regular season now. Actually, one more thing I forgot to mention really quickly before we sim to the next season is you can also do it at the beginning of the season too, but you can get it over with now. So you want to go to user management and you want to hit retire. Unless you want to still be this owner. If you want to still be this owner, then don't skip this process. But let's say I want to be like a wide receiver or something. We would go into here, and we're pretty much starting over, except this time our team's going to be relocated. So while I am picking the Titans, yes, my team's going to relocate next year, so I won't be the Titans for long. So like I said, let's just say I want to be a wide receiver or something. Doesn't matter what an overall or whatever you pick. None of this matters. Yep, pretty much all that's the same, so you just want to hit start playing. And it's the same thing with the coach. You can make your own coach here too. But that's going to be pretty much the process. I'm going to sim ahead just so you guys can see. You can see proof that it did work. Right now it looks like nothing happened, but that's just because we're still in this season. Promise you once we get to the next season you will see. Just gotta wait for this to sim. Once again, if you're interested in relocation franchises, I would highly recommend watching my series. I do a lot of cool stuff on there. I've been posting a lot.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
My phone just went off. But here's what we got. So, right now, that's not ideal, being that's... Okay, so never mind. We're on the Monarchs, but I think there's a uniform glitch. That's really weird. I don't know why my uniform's like that. I think I'm in the free agent uniform. But as you can see, I am technically on the Monarchs with the Monarchs logo. Look at my ability slots. Of course it glitches when I'm trying to show you guys a tutorial. But yeah, preseason game, definitely the Monarchs, because you can see up at the top we're playing the Jets. I don't know why I got this weird uniform glitch, unless for some reason those are my uniforms. But we can just go ahead, upgrade player, play as if we just started a new franchise. Sadly, there's no way to create a relocation franchise and play in the first season. You're going to have to sim one season. But that's going to be it for today. I know this video is kind of long and dragged on, but I just wanted to prove to you guys with uncut footage, raw footage, that this was possible. I know some people struggle with it. I struggled with it at first. But this is how you relocate a team in Madden 21. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy Madden, please leave a like. If you want to see more from me, please subscribe. And once again, if you enjoy relocation franchises, I seriously recommend watching my series.